అవి జపాలు ఉండిపోతున్నాయి. ఈ రెండో ఇనిషియేషన్ అయిన తర్వాత ఇంకో జపం ఉంది. అది 3 times, ఒక్కొక్కటి 10 times చేయాలి.
ఎస్.
అది రెండో ఇనిషియేషన్ అయిన తర్వాత అయింది. 3 పూట్ల చెయ్యాలి. నాకు ఇందులోనే టైం అయిపోతుంది. దీంతో టైం సరిపోతుంది నాకు. క్లాసులు, జపం, నా చాంటింగ్ వేరే 16 times నా చాంటింగ్. హాయ్, ఇంకేం థింక్ చేయక్కర్లేదు. నిన్న మీ అమ్మాయి చక్కగా పాడింది. అది దాని చీర కట్టు చక్కగా చేస్తుంది. అలాగే మెయింటైన్ చేయమనండి. ఏమీ లేదు, నేను చీర కట్టుకుని వెళ్తేనే మా ఆఫీస్ అంత గొప్ప పొగిడేసేవారు నన్ను. ఇక్కడ వేషాలు వెయ్యక్కర్లేదు, హాయిగా ఉంటావు. ఎంత బాగున్నాయి, నీకు ఎన్ని చీరలు ఉన్నాయి, ఇల్లంతా చీరలు ఉన్నాయా, బట్టలు ఉన్నాయా అని అడిగేవారు నన్ను. కలర్ కనబడతాయి కదా అవి.
జయ జయ శ్రీ చైతన్య జయ నిత్యానంద.
జయ జయ శ్రీ చైతన్య జయ నిత్యానంద.
दोनों इधर आ जाओ मेरे बगल में. माधव एंड रसप्रिय, कम नो, कम here, कम here, कम here, कम here, कम here. जय, फिर से once again. जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद.
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद.
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा.
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त.
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद.
जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद.
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा.
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा.
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद. जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा.
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा.
श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय.
जय.
श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय.
जय.
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
जय.
समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय.
जय.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. In the last session we completed the 6th chapter of Madhya Lila entitled The Liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So we ended that chapter in this way, that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became a pure devotee. From being a Mayavadi teacher, philosopher, he turned to being a pure unalloyed devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so much so that he couldn't even bear to hear the name, the word Mukti. He couldn't tolerate it. As soon as he would hear the word Mukti, he would experience fear and hatred, grina, in his heart. Now, this type of transformation in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's consciousness, when anyone sees, how was it brought about? It was brought about by the mercy of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. This one activity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or this one potency of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by which he transformed a person like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya into a pure devotee, speaks about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as being the original personality of Godhead Lord Krishna. Like that, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains that just like you would know a stone to be a touchstone only when it converts iron to gold. By touching iron, when it turns that iron to gold, that's when you understand that it is a touchstone. Similarly, the glory of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can be understood by his ability to transform a hard-hearted Mayavadi philosopher like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya into a pure, soft-hearted devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of Krishna. So like this, and finally we saw the Falashruti, anyone who with faith hears these loving pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's meeting with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, very soon he is going to become free from the net of speculation and fruitive activity, and he will attain the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. Now we will read the next chapter. This chapter is entitled, The Lord Begins His Tour of South India. In his Amrita Madhava, can you come here please? It's only a short class, come sit here. No, come. Everyone's waiting, come. Come, jaldi. No, come here. After, it's only for 20, see, already 15 minutes remaining, come. You can go afterwards, come. Jaldi. Anyway, I will just read. In his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur summarizes the 7th chapter as follows. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the renounced order of life in the month of Magh. Magh means January, the time of Sankranti. So in the month of Magh, January, February, Mahaprabhu accepted the renounced order of life and went to Jagannath Puri in the month of Falguna. Falguna means February, March. He saw the Dola Yatra festival. So Dola Yatra festival is the time of Gaur Purnima. So he saw the Dola Yatra festival during the month of Falguna, and in the month of Chaitra he liberated Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So this is the chronological order, the sequence of events. So around Sankranti time, Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Then in the month of February, he went to Jagannath Puri. And then Dola Yatra, that means March, okay, February, March or March time. Dola Yatra, he actually liberated Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So there was not much time, very soon, soon after. He went there in February, and soon after that, he delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Next, Vaishakha means April. During the month of Vaishakha, he began to tour South India. So this is the sequence of events. Okay. First he took sannyas in January. Then in February he went to Puri. In March he liberated Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And after liberating Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, in April Mahaprabhu went on South India tour.
So February, what happened, Mataji?
After taking sannyas, he went to Jagannath Puri.
February he went to Jagannath Puri.
Yeah.
And then
March he liberated Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and April he started on his South India tour. So we'll continue. This is only the summary. We'll read again verse by verse. During the month of Vaishakha, he began to tour South India. when he proposed to travel to South India alone, Sri Nityananda Prabhu gave him a Brahmana assistant named Krishnadas. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was beginning his tour, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya gave him 4 sets of clothes and requested him to see Ramananda Rai, who was residing at that time on the bank of the river Godavari. Along with other devotees, Nityananda Prabhu accompanied the Lord to Alalanath. But there, Lord Chaitanya left them all behind and went ahead with the Brahmana Krishnadas. The Lord began chanting the mantra Krishna, 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 Krishna.
Krishna, Hey.
In whatever village he spent the night, whenever a person came to see him in his shelter, the Lord implored him to preach the Krishna consciousness movement. So wherever he went, so Mahaprabhu would be walking continuously, and in the evening he would stop. Whichever village he arrived, in that village he would spend the night. In whatever and the place where he spent the night, he would beg all the people there to preach this Krishna consciousness movement.
Who wrote this Krishna song, Mataji?
Mahaprabhu is singing, Mahaprabhu only.
Mahaprabhu is singing.
Yeah. After teaching the people of one village, the Lord proceeded to other villages to increase devotees. So wherever Mahaprabhu would go, he would spend one night. All the people of that village would become devotees, pure devotees. And now they would go to, and whoever would come in touch with them, they would all turn into pure devotees. Like this, every night wherever Mahaprabhu would stop, that whole village, entire village would become pure devotees. So, in whatever village he spent the night, whenever a person came to see him in his shelter, the Lord implored him to preach the Krishna consciousness movement. After teaching the people of one village, the Lord proceeded to other villages to increase devotees. In this way, he finally reached Kurmasthana. While there, he bestowed his causeless mercy upon a Brahmana called Kurma and cured another Brahmana named Vasudev, who was suffering from leprosy. After curing this Brahmana leper, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu received the title Vasudevamrita Prada, meaning one who delivered nectar to the leper Vasudev. So, once again, we can quickly go over the sequence of events so you remember. So, we saw in April Mahaprabhu went on South India tour. So, what happened?
That is Vaishakha?
Vaishakha.
Okay.
So, and how did he go on South India tour? Well, Mahaprabhu said he would go on South India tour. So, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said you should meet Ramananda Rai. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, first of all, Mahaprabhu wanted to go alone. Nityananda Prabhu said, no, you should take one servant with you. He arranged for a servant, Krishnadas, to go with Mahaprabhu. All of them accompanied Mahaprabhu, but at Alalanath, Mahaprabhu forbade them from following. He left them behind and he went alone with his servant Krishnadas. And then he would be singing this constantly, Krishna, 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 Krishna hai. And then anywhere he would go, village after village, when he would reach a particular village in the evening, he would spend the night there. And he would ask all the members of that village to please preach this Krishna consciousness. And he delivered and like this, traveling, where did Mahaprabhu come? He came to Kurma Kshetra, Kurmasthana. That's the first place we hear, okay? In South India tour, Mahaprabhu came to Kurmasthana. There he delivered a Brahmana called Kurma Brahmana. And also another Brahmana called Vasudev the leper. So this is what we will read now in this chapter.
This is 7th chapter, Mataji.
7th chapter, and this is entitled The Lord Begins His Tour of South India. So now we'll begin with text 1. धन्यं तं नौमि चैतन्यं वासुदेवं दयार्द्रधि नष्टकुष्ठं रूपपुष्टं भक्तितुष्टं च कारयः. So nice, huh? I'll say it again. धन्यं तं नौमि चैतन्यं वासुदेवं दयार्द्रधि नष्टकुष्ठं रूपपुष्टं भक्तितुष्टं च कारयः. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being very compassionate toward a Brahmana named Vasudev, cured him of leprosy. He transformed him into a beautiful man, satisfied with devotional service. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the glorious Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So every chapter begins with a prayer, glorification.
Nashtatustam is cured
So
leprosy.
dhanyam means dhanyam tam naumi chaitanyam. Okay, so I am offering obeisances to the glorious Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Auspicious unto him.
Vasudevam Dayardradhi. Vasudeva means that Brahmana named Vasudeva. Daya Ardradhi.
Be compassionate.
Right. Daya Ardradhi. So being very compassionate. He delivered Vasudeva. Nashta
Nashtatustam.
Kushtam. So his Kushtaru, right? His leprosy. He removed.
Rupapustam.
Nashta Kushtam. Rupa
Rupapustam.
Pushtam. He got a
Beautiful.
very beautiful form, right? His
Beautiful.
beauty was enhanced by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His leprosy was destroyed and his beauty was enhanced. Bhakti Tushtam. And also his bhakti was nourished, increased. Chakara Yaha. Right?
Eight, the Supreme Personality.
So I'm offering my obeisances to that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Naumi Chaitanyam. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being very compassionate toward a Brahmana named Vasudev, cured him of leprosy, transformed him into a beautiful man satisfied with devotional service. All three. Leprosy removed, his beauty was, he became a very beautiful man and he was completely satisfied with his devotional service. Bhakti Pushtam. So to that Lord, I offer my obeisances.
Whose devotional service is this?
Vasudev.
Vasudev special.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Lord Nityananda Prabhu. All glories to Advaita Acharya. And all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Ei mate sarvabhaumera nistara korila. Nistara means par kara dena, to bring him to the other side of this ocean, right? Delivered. Ei mate sarvabhaumera nistara korila dakshina gamane prabhura icha upajila. So in this way, the Lord delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Then a desire was born in his heart. What was that desire? I will go to South India. Dakshina gamane prabhura icha upajila. After delivering Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the Lord desired to go to South India to preach. Dakshina gamane prabhura icha upajila.
He is a Bengali, no?
Who?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
He appeared in Mayapur. Yes.
What made him go to South India?
Actually, there's a reason. His brother, of course, Mahaprabhu traveled all over, not only in South India. He went North India, South India, everywhere.
Yeah.
Delivered everyone. I mean, but there's also one reason. His brother, Vishwarup, he wanted to find out what happened to his brother. So when Mahaprabhu went on South India tour, he came to Pandharpur, where he found out about his brother. He had taken sannyas, he was known as Shankararanya, and he left his, he entered into Nityalila at that place in Pandharpur. So he got news about his older brother, like that.
No.
Magha Shukla Pakshe Prabhu Korila Sanyas Falgune Asiya Koila Nila Chalevas. Magha Shukla Pakshe. What is Shukla Paksha? That the bright fortnight of the month of Magh. Prabhu Korila Sanyas. Mahaprabhu took sannyas. He took sannyas in the month of Magh in the bright fortnight. And Falgune Asya, when February came, Koila Nilachale was. Then he went to Nilachal. He began to stay in Nilachal. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the renounced order during the waxing fortnight of the month of Magh. During the following month, Falguna, he went to Jagannath Puri and resided there. फाल्गुनेर शेषे डोल यात्रा से देखिला प्रेमा वेशे तहा बहु नृत्य गीत कोयला. Falguner Sheshe. After, at the end of Falguna month, Dola Yatra se Dekhila. So Mahaprabhu also observed the Dola Yatra festival. So Dola Yatra is celebrated in Jagannath Puri, Jagannath festival. So Mahaprabhu witnessed the Dola Yatra festival, which happens to be Gaur Purnima also, same time. So Falgunera Sheshe Dola Yatra se Dekhila Prema Veshe Taha Bahu Nritya Gita Koila. Out of great ecstasy, he danced so much and sang and danced in front of Jagannath. At the end of the month of Falguna, he witnessed the Dola Yatra ceremony, and in his usual ecstatic love of God, he chanted and danced in various ways on the occasion. Chaitre Rahi Koila Sarva Bhauma Vimochana Vaishakera Prathame Dakshina Jaite Hoila Mana. So in Chaitra, so after Dolyatra, Mahaprabhu delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So Chaitra Mas is April, right? So in April, Mahaprabhu delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And in Vaishakha, then he started off to go to South India. So I don't know if I made a mistake before. Did I say Chaitra for going to South India? In the month of Chaitra.
No. You said Vaishakha only.
Vaishakha only. Okay. So in the month of Chaitra, he delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and in Vaishakha, he started off to go to South India.
Chaitra delivered Sarvabhauma.
Right. So that is right after Dolyatra. During the month of Chaitra, while living at Jagannath Puri, the Lord delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and at the beginning of the next month, Vaishakha, he decided to go to South India. Nija Gana Aniko he Vinaya Koriya, Alingana Kori Sabaya Sri Haste Dhariya, Toma Sabha Jani Ami Pranadika Kori, Prana Chada Jaye Toma Sabha Chadite Na Pari. He's so, Mahaprabhu endears himself to the devotees so much. Just see, he's saying, Mahaprabhu is saying, Nija Gana Anik Kohe Vinaya Koriya, Alingana Kori Sabaya Sri Haste Dhariya. Nijagana means his own people, right? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called all his devotees, Kohe Vinaya Koriya. With great humility, Mahaprabhu is telling them, Alingana Kori, embracing them, Sabaya Sri Haste Dhariya, holding their hand, right? So calling all the devotees and with great humility, embracing them, holding their hands, Mahaprabhu is saying, what is Mahaprabhu saying? Toma Sabha Jani, Ami Pranadika Kori. To me, all of you are more dear. All of you are more dear to me than my own life. Prana chada jaye, toma sabha chadite na pari. I can give up my life, but I cannot live without you. I cannot leave you. I can leave my life, but I cannot leave all of you. You are more dear to me than my very life. Like this, Mahaprabhu is speaking to them. Nija gana ani kohe, calling them. Nija gana ani kohe vinaya koriya, alingana kori sabaya sri haste dhoriya, toma sabha jani ami pranadika kori, prana chada jaye toma sabha chadite na pari. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called all his devotees together and holding them by the hand, humbly informed them, you are all more dear to me than my life. I can give up my life, but to give you up is difficult for me. Tumi saba bandhu mora bandhu kritya koile, iha ani more Jagannatha dekhaile. Tumi saba bandhu mora bandhu kritya koile. You are all my friends and you have properly executed the duties of friends. Bandhu kritya means the duties of a friend. So you are all my bandhu, my friends, and you have done the duties of a bandhu very nicely. Iha ani more Jagannatha dekhaile. How? Mahaprabhu is speaking to whom? Who came? with Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu came, Mukunda came, like this, a few devotees came. So Mahaprabhu is saying, you're all my, you have fulfilled your responsibility of a true friend because all of you brought me here to Jagannath.
Jagannath,
And you showed me, gave me darshan
giving
of
me the
Jagannath.
chance to see
So
Jagannath.
you have fulfilled your duties as a friend. तुम्ही सभा बंधु मोरा बंधु कृत्य कोइले इहा आनी मोरे जगन्नाथ देखाइले. You are all my friends and you have properly executed the duties of friends by bringing me here to Jagannath Puri and giving me the chance to see Lord Jagannath in the temple. Ebe sabasthane mui mago ekadane. Now, ebe sabasthane mui mago ekadane. Now I'm asking for charity. I'm begging for charity from all of you. Sabe meli agya deho jaibe dakshine. I'm asking for your permission
South. I'll
to
go to
allow
South.
me to go to South India. Ebe sabasthane. From all of you, I'm asking, Mui Mago
So he's still
Ekadane. I'm
in
asking
Jagannath
for one.
Puri.
He's
He's
still in
still in
Jagannath Puri.
Jagannath Puri.
Mahaprabhu would not do anything without taking permission from his associates. Even taking sannyas also, he didn't just do it. He he would not do unless they gave. First, they would not give permission. So he would not do it unless they gave permission. He would wait for permission. So now also before going to South India, with such humility, with such love, he's embracing them and he's saying, I'm asking you, begging one charity from all of you. Sabe meli agya deho. All of you, please give me permission. Jaibo Dakhine. I want to go to South India. I now beg all of you for one bit of charity. Please give me permission to leave for a tour of South India. Mahaprabhu needs permission. Vishwarupa Uddeshe Avashya Ami Jabo Ekaki Jaibo Kaho Sangena Loibo. Vishwarupa Uddeshe. So why I am going to South India? Mataji asked that question. Mahaprabhu is answering without anyone's asking. Vishwarup is his older brother. His older brother's name is
Oh,
Vishwarupa Uddeshe Avashya Ami Jabo. For the sake of finding out news about my older brother Vishwarup, because he had taken sannyas, but nobody knows what happened to him after that. See, taking sannyas, actually, traditionally taking sannyas means social suicide. Nobody would know where you are, what you are doing.
yeah.
So when he was still a small boy, his brother had left home. Since then, he didn't know, and he was very attached to his older brother. It is said he cried for days and days for his brother, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was a little boy, Nimai. So now he's curious, what happened to my brother? So he's saying now Mahaprabhu is also sannyasi, they can meet, right? So I want to find out news about my brother. That's why I want to go to South India. But I want to go alone. I will not take anyone with me. That is also the condition.
But one thing their question, Mataji, is after sannyas, you don't feel for any your own relatives or anybody, no?
Right.
Then how was he was feeling for his brother?
Well, his brother is now, who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
That's true.
His brother is also Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yeah. But
Like,
when the question arises, no? So he want to see his brother. When
well, sannyasi, he's going for another sannyasi, you can
but
say.
he said that word, no?
His name was Vishwarup. That's how he knew. He didn't know his name as a sannyasi. So to get more, actually, his mother would also be pacified. That was the thing. So his mother would also get news what happened, like what happened to him. Not that, oh, I will live with him and I will bring him home. That's not the idea. But no
That's
news.
true.
What happened to him at least? So when he went there, he found out, oh, he was here and, like this, so finished. So that episode is nicely completed like that.
Okay.
So, Vishwarupa Uddeshe Avashya Ami Jabo. Why I am going? For the sake of Vishwarup. Vishwarupa Uddeshe Avashya Ami Jabo. Certainly I am going to go. Ekaki Jaibo. I'll go alone. Kaho Sangena Loibo. I won't take anyone with me. I'll go alone only. I shall go to search out Vishwarup. Please forgive me, but I want to go alone. I do not wish to take anyone with me. सेतु बंध होइते आमी ना आसी जावत नीलाचले तुमी सब रहिबे तावत सेतु बंध होइते आमी ना आसी जावत. And that means until I return back from Setubandha. So Setubandha is what? All the way to the end of
Kanyakumari.
yeah, what is that? Ramesh bridge is Rameshwaram?
Rameshwaram, Setubandh.
Setubandha. So that is the tip, right? The last point.
Yeah.
So until I go there and come back, Setubandha hoite ami na asi javat. Until I go and come back from Setubandha, I'll go to Setubandha and until I return from there. Neelachale tumi sabar rohibe tavad. Until that time, all of you should be here in Neelachal. Nobody will follow me. Setubandha hoite ami na asi javat. Neelachale tumi sabar rahibe tavat. Until I return from Setubandha, all of you dear friends should remain at Jagannath Puri. विश्वरूप सिद्धि प्राप्ति जाने न सकल दक्षिण देश उद्धारिते कोरे न ei chala. So what was that? Externally you may say, oh, he went to find out about his brother. That was just an excuse for Mahaprabhu. He doesn't know or what happened to his brother. He knows everything. But his actual purpose was Dakshina Desha Uddharite Korena ei chala. So this was like he has to give a reason why, like you asked, everyone will ask. Vrindavan we will understand because Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's place as a devotee of Krishna, I want to go to Vrindavan. That is understood. What business you have to go to South India? Right?
Yeah.
Why you want to go to South India? There has to be some reason.
That's the reason.
So Mahaprabhu is saying, I'm going to get news about Vishwarup, that's why. But actually that was his trick.
But until I come, you stay back here.
He wanted to go alone, but his trick was, I'm going to South India to find out about Vishwarup. In reality, he was going for what? To go and deliver all the people of South India. That was his purpose. Because he's not playing the role of, he's not saying that he's Bhagavan. He won't say, I'm going to deliver all the people in South India. She's saying, Rasapriya is saying, why he couldn't say that I'm going to deliver all the people of South India. Okay.
Yeah, we get a lot of questions, Rasapriya.
So, Vishwarupa Siddhi Prapti Jane na Sakal. Siddhi Prapti Jane na Sakala. So, Vishwarupa perfected, right? His life. After taking sannyas, he perfected his life. Jane na Sakala. Doesn't the Lord know what happened? He knows everything, right? That Paramatma feature is there in Bhagavan. He knows what is happening in everyone's heart and past, present, future. He knows everything. Wouldn't he know what happened to Vishwarup? Does he have to walk all the way to South India to find out what happened to Vishwarup? No. Vishwarupa Siddhi Prapti Jane na Sakala. He knows everything. How Vishwarup attained perfection, he knows everything. Dakshina Desha Uddharite Korena ei chala. So this is his trick to say
that's why he is going.
For the sake of Vishwarup, that's just a trick. The real purpose is to deliver the people of South India. Knowing everything, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu was aware that Vishwarup had already passed away. A pretense of ignorance was necessary, right? A pretense of ignorance was necessary, however, so that he could go to South India and liberate the people there. Shunya Sabaramane Hoilo Mahadukha. Can you imagine? They're all so attached to seeing Mahaprabhu. Now he's going to go, and this is not like nowadays, take an airplane and you're there in 2 hours and you come. He would walk, you don't know for how long, how many months he'll be gone, and no news, no letters, nothing. You're just, so Shunya Sabaramane Hoilo Mahadukha, right? Their hearts were filled with great distress, pain in their heart as soon as they heard Mahaprabhu wants to go to South India. And what else? Mahaprabhu said, nobody will go, I'll go alone. Right? Nishabda hoila sabara, shukaila mukha. All their faces became dried up and they were all silent, no sound, no words. Because they were shocked, they were in such great pain. Shunya sabara mane hoila mahadukha, nishabda hoila sabara, shukailo mukha. Face was all withered, dried up. Upon hearing this message from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the devotees became very unhappy and remained silent with sullen faces. নিত্যানন্দ প্রভু কহে আইছে কইছে হয় একাকি যাইবে তুমি কে ইহা সাহায় হাউ ইউ উইল গো অ্যালোন হাউ উই উইল অ্যালাউ দিস নিত্যানন্দ প্রভু কহে আইছে কইছে হয় हाउ कैन दिस हैपन ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है ऐसे कैसे हो एकाकी जाइबे तुम्ही यू विल गो अलोन के इहा सहाय हु विल असिस्ट यू हु विल हेल्प यू यू गो अलोन एकाकी जाइबे तुम्ही के इहा सहाय so Nityananda Prabhu then said how is it possible for you to go alone who can tolerate this acha sahay means sorry sahay is not assistance sahan karna right
Achha, he said, he told Nityananda Prabhu also not to come.
Nobody alone. I'll go alone.
Oh.
He didn't even say he'll take a servant. He said, I want to go alone. Nobody will come and you will all stay here in Puri until I return. Not that you'll go here and there.
He will go that far and come back.
Until then, you remain here in Puri.
Wow.
So, how we will be able to tolerate this, Nityananda Prabhu is saying. So, Sahai here means Sahan Karna, right? How can we tolerate that you will go alone? How is it possible? Right? Who can tolerate this? That, sending you alone, we cannot tolerate like that. Dui eka sange chaluka na podo hata range jara kaho sei dui chaluk tomar sange. Dui eka sange chaluk. Take one or two people with you. One or two of us will assist you. Right? I will come. Dui eka sange chaluk na podo hata range. So don't be adamant, right? Take one or two people with you. Jare kaho sei dui chaluk tomar sange. So they will go with you wherever you are going. They will follow you. Let one or two of us go with you. Otherwise, you may fall into the clutches of thieves and rogues along the way. They may be whomever you like, but two persons should go with you. You can choose which two people will go, right? I'm not saying you take me. You take any two people from amongst us. You can take any two people. Why I want you to take two people? Dui eka sange chaluk na podo hata range. So that you don't fall into the hands of the thieves, dacoits on the way, right? So that's why take two people with you. Jare koho sei dui chaluk tomar sange. You can choose whichever two people you want. You choose amongst us. They will go with you. I'm not saying only this person or that person. You choose any two people. Why? So that you don't fall into the hands of the thugs and dacoits on the way. Dakhinera tirtha patha ami saba jani. Now Nityananda Prabhu is saying, I have traveled in South India. I know all the places of South India. Nityananda Prabhu went on pilgrimage, right? For 20 years he traveled. So Nityananda Prabhu saying, Dakhinera tirtha patha ami saba jani. I know all the places in South India, all the holy places. Ami sange jai Prabhu, agya deho tomi. I'll go with you. If you give me permission, I'll go with you. I know all the places. I can take you to South India. Indeed, I know all the paths.
Oh, Nityananda Prabhu alone went?
Acha, that is another story. So Nityananda Prabhu, when he was 12 years old, one sannyasi visited their home in Ekachakra. And that sannyasi spent the night in Nityananda Prabhu's house. All night long they were doing Krishna Katha. They didn't even sleep. And the next day morning, just before leaving, the sannyasi made a request to the father. So he said, yes, please, whatever you want, I'm at your service. I'm alone, I'm sannyasi and I travel
to
holy places. I need one assistant. Can you send your older son Nityananda with me?
Like that he went.
And after that, Hadai Pandit and Padmavati left. They couldn't bear the pain of separation. So like that, Nityananda Prabhu for 20 years he traveled to all holy places, and finally he came to Mathura and he waited there until Nimai revealed his pastimes of Sankirtan. Until then he didn't come. He just stayed there. So now Nityananda Prabhu is saying, indeed, I know all the paths to the different places of pilgrimage in South India. Just order me and I shall go with you. First he said that any two people you can choose. Whoever you want, you can choose. And then Nityananda Prabhu is saying, I know everything. If you say, I'll come with you. Prabhu kahe, Ami nartaka, tumi sutradhar. Huh? Now Mahaprabhu is saying, I am like a puppet and you are like the puppeteer. You make me dance in whichever way you like. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying to Nityananda Prabhu, Prabhu kahe, Ami nartaka, tumi sutradhar. Tumi yaiche nachao, taiche nartana amar. The way you make me dance, that's how I dance. You are the puppeteer and I am a puppet in your hands. The way you make me dance, I have to dance like that. Why? One thing is, Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan after sannyas. What did Nityananda Prabhu do? He said he brought him to Shantipur. And he said that, Yamuna, Ganga was Yamuna. And then the other thing is, now when they started going to Puri, Nityananda Prabhu broke the sannyas danda of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his only asset. So that's why Mahaprabhu is saying, you are like the puppeteer, I am a puppet in your hands. The way you make me dance, I have to dance. Now you'll go with me as my assistant, like that. प्रभु कहे आमी नर्तक तुम्ही सूत्रधार तुम्ही यायचे नाचाओ ताईचे ताईचे नर्तन अमारा.
Whatever you dance, make me dance, I will do.
The Lord replied, I am simply a dancer and you are the wire puller. However, you pull the wires to make me dance, I shall dance in that way.
Puppet dance.
संन्यास कोरिया आम्ही चलिलाम वृंदावन तुम्ही आमा लोया आईले अद्वैत भवन. After taking sannyas, I started to go to Vrindavan and you brought me to Advaita Acharya's house, like, cheating me. Like telling me that we are going to Vrindavan, instead you brought me to Advaita Acharya's house. That's why I call you the puppeteer. After accepting the sannyas order, I decided to go to Vrindavan, but you took me instead to the house of Advaita Prabhu. One more thing. Nila chale asite pathe bhangila mora danda toma sabara gadhe snehe amara karya bhanga. Because of this, gadha prema, right? Extreme love, all my plans are spoiled, right? All my activities are destroyed. Out of your love, you just spoil all my activities, whatever plans I make. I wanted to go to Vrindavan, you changed that. I took sannyas and my only asset was my sannyas danda, you broke that.
Broke it.
Yeah. So Nilachala asite pathe bhangila mora danda. On the way to Nilachala, you broke my danda. Toma sabara gadha snehe, out of your gadha prema, right? Intense love.
Karya
Karya bhanga. All my activities are destroyed, spoiled. While on the way to Jagannath Puri, you broke my sannyas staff. I know that all of you have great affection for me, but such things disturb my activities. Jagadananda chahe ama. So this was about Nityananda Prabhu. So then Nityananda Prabhu can say, okay, you take Jagadananda, you can take other devotees, I won't go, but you take someone else. So now Mahaprabhu is taking each person's name and saying, why I cannot take you, why I cannot take him, why I cannot take him, like that. Jagadananda chahe ama vishaya bhunja ite jai kohe sei bhaye chahiye karite. Jagadananda Pandit chahe ama vishaya bhunjaite. Jagadananda Pandit wants me to be a materialist. He gives me all sorts of opulences, like he'll bring sandalwood oil to apply on the head of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or he will bring nice, soft bed for Mahaprabhu to sleep. And if Mahaprabhu does not accept, because he's a sannyasi, what will people think if he applies, fragrant sandalwood oil and walk on the streets? What type of a sannyasi is he? And if he sleeps on nice soft beds, then also, what is this? And if I refuse, then he will fast and he won't eat. And out of fear of him, I have to accept whatever he's giving. So he gives me so much trouble. I cannot take Jagadananda Pandit also.
That's good.
That means your love is really putting me in so much trouble. I have to compromise with my sannyas rules. I have to compromise with my plans, my activities, because of you people's love for me. Jagadananda chahe ama vishaya bhunjaite. He wants to give me sense gratification. Jai kohe sei bhaye chahiye korite. Out of fear, I have to do whatever
he does.
Jagadananda wants me to enjoy bodily sense gratification, and out of fear, I do whatever he tells me. Kabhu jadi ihara vakya koriye anyatha. If at some point I do something other than what he said, right? For example, if he told me to take sandalwood oil and I refused, I don't apply it on my head. Let's say, Kabhu jadi, if by chance, ihara vakya koriye anyatha, whatever he told me to do, if I did something other than what he asks me to do,
नहीं कहे
क्रोधे तीना dina more nahi kohe katha. For 3 days he won't even speak to me out of anger.
1 second Mataji, who is Jagdanand? I confused. Jagadananda
Jagadananda Pandit is an associate of Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri.
in Jagannath Puri. Okay.
Yes, yes. Kabhu jadi ihara vakya koriye anyatha krodhe tina dina more, for 3 days nahi kohe katha. Out of anger, he'll become so angry that for 3 days he won't speak to me. So that's why Mahaprabhu is saying, out of fear, I have to do whatever he tells me to do. If I sometimes do something against his desire, out of anger, he will not talk to me for 3 days. Mukunda hoyena dukhi dekhi sannyasa dharma, tina bare shite snana bhumite shayana. Now, coming to Mukunda, you may say, okay, you take Mukunda. Oh my God. When he sees the type of austerities that I have to undergo as a sannyasi, what are the austerities? Tina bare shite snana. In the winter, severe cold for
Cold
3 days, I
water.
have to take bath. Take bath what? They literally go and take bath in the river or, the
Niche
ocean.
snane.
Cold water, right? In the
Bhumite
winter
Sayana.
season.
Floor sleeping.
Then
In the
Bhumite Shayana, sleeping on just
floor.
bare floor in the winter season also. Seeing all this, Mukunda Hoyana Dukhi. He'll become so sad seeing all this, like he
He
cannot
is
tolerate
sannyas
it.
dharma.
And I have to see his
He
sad
sannyas
face.
dharma.
I have to follow my sannyas dharma, but when I follow my sannyas dharma, he becomes so sad, and then I have to see his sad face, and I feel sorry for him. So I cannot take Mukunda with me for that reason. Being a sannyasi, I have a duty to lie down on the ground and to take bath 3 times a day, even during the winter. But Mukunda becomes very unhappy when he sees my severe austerities. Antare dukhi Mukunda nahi kohe mukhe, ihara dukha dekhi mora, dviguna hoye dukhe. So he will feel, this is in contrast to Jagadananda Pandit. Jagadananda Pandit shows his anger on face and he won't talk to me for 3 days. Mukunda doesn't say anything. Externally, he says nothing.
He
But
saw
his
his
heart
face.
is so wrenched
Bada
with pain.
dviguna
He
hoye
feels so
dukhe.
sad. Seeing his face, I suffer double than what he is suffering.
Double.
Seeing me going through all the sannyas dharmas. So I cannot stand there and watch him being so sad. I become doubly sad seeing his sadness. Antare dukhi Mukunda, nahi kohe mukhe. He won't say anything externally. Ihara dukkha dekhi, mora dviguna hoye dukhe. Seeing his sadness, I become
Double.
doubly sad. Of course, Mukunda does not say anything, but I know that he is very unhappy within. And upon seeing him unhappy, I become twice as unhappy.
Happy.
Amita Sannyasi, Damodara Brahmachari. Now look at another devotee, Damodar. So Damodar Pandit is another associate from Jagannath Puri. I am Sannyasi, Damodar is a Brahmachari. So Sannyasi is what? Is superior, right? Damodar, Brahmachari is meant to assist Sannyasi. Sannyasi is in a superior order. आमी तो सन्यासी दामोदर ब्रह्मचारी सदा रहे अमार ऊपर शिक्षा दंड धरी. But he is always standing with the rod of chastisement in front of me, correcting me all the time. This is not correct. You should not do this. You should do like this. Looks like he is my teacher and I am his student. Although I am the sannyasi and he is brahmachari, brahmachari is meant to be assisting a sannyasi, being subordinate to sannyasi, but he is always correcting me, chastising me, teaching me. I don't want to go with Damodar Pandit. I won't take him with me. Amito sannyasi.
Oh, is this Chaitanya Prabhu is saying this?
He's telling, he's giving, because Nityananda Prabhu said, take 2 people. He said, I can go. Mahaprabhu said,
Oh,
you
he is
can
telling
go.
each person some reason he is saying.
He's giving some excuse why he cannot take this person, not this person, not this. Actually, it is just by, this is by this pretense, Mahaprabhu is only showing how much these devotees love Mahaprabhu. But externally, he's speaking like a complaint. Actually, through these words, he's revealing how much they love him. आम्ही तो सन्यासी दामोदर ब्रह्मचारी सदा रोहे हमारा ऊपर शिक्षा दंड धरी. He is holding this shiksha danda. Danda means the stick. The teacher has a stick. He is holding a stick and is standing on top of me all the time, correcting me. दामोदर ब्रह्मचारी सदा रोहे हमारा ऊपर शिक्षा दंड धरी. Although I am in the renounced order of life and Damodar is a brahmachari, he still keeps a stick in his hand just to educate me. इहारा आगे आमी ना जानी व्यवहारा, इहारा ना भाई स्वतंत्र चरित्र अमारा. So ihara आगे आमी ना जानी व्यवहार. According to him, I don't know anything. I don't know how to live. I don't know how to behave in this world. What is right, what is wrong. I don't know. I know nothing according to him. Ihara आगे आमी ना जानी व्यवहार, right? What not to do. I know nothing according to him. In front of him, I am like I don't know anything. Ihara na bhaya swatantra charitra amar. He does not
cannot be
like my independent nature. When I will know, I will decide what I want to do, what I don't want to do. He does not like that. Ihare na bhai. He does not like, he cannot tolerate my independent nature.
स्वतंत्र चरित्र हमारा.
Swatantra charitra amara. According to Damodar, I am still a neophyte as far as social etiquette is concerned. Therefore, he does not like my independent nature. लोकापेक्षा नाही इहारा कृष्ण कृपा होइते. आमी लोकापेक्षा कभू ना पारी छाड़ीते. लोकापेक्षा नाही इहारा कृष्ण कृपा होइते. What is Mahaprabhu saying? Damodar Pandit and others are more advanced in receiving the mercy of Lord Krishna. Therefore, they are independent of public opinion. Okay, lokapeksha means public opinion.
लोकापेक्षा.
Lokapeksha nahi ihara. These people, these devotees, they don't care for public etiquette, right? The social etiquette, they don't care. Lokapeksha nahi ihara. Krishna kripa hoite. Why they don't care? Damodar Pandit and others are more advanced in receiving the mercy of Lord Krishna.
Krishna's mercy.
Therefore, they are independent of public opinion. You see, you have dharma to follow, right? For example, Varnashram dharma. You are required to follow Varnashram dharma until you become a pure devotee. Once you become a pure devotee, you can do karma sannyas. You don't have to follow. Why? Because you receive so much mercy of the Lord. You are above all types of dharmas. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja Krishna. Yeah, like that. But if you don't have that yet, then you have to follow the rules and regulations, right? So Mahaprabhu is saying these devotees are so advanced, they receive so much mercy of the Lord, they don't need to follow any lokapeksha, the social etiquette. They don't have to follow social etiquette and dharmas. They're beyond that. Lokapeksha nahi ihara Krishna kripa hoite. Ami lokapeksha kabhu na pari chadite. But I cannot give up lokapeksha. I have to follow the etiquette properly. For example, Jagadananda Pandit, he says, you apply sandalwood oil. Why? Because you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you cannot use, who can use? Who is more qualified than the Supreme Lord to accept all these, offerings of bhoga? You are the supreme enjoyer. You should enjoy the best things. That is the mood of Jagadananda Pandit. He doesn't care for what people will say, because Mahaprabhu sannyas thodi hai. Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is no mendicant. Like that. That is his mood. So he doesn't care what people think or what people say. I don't care. Even if a devotee, when he becomes a pure devotee, he doesn't have to follow rules and regulations. This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is he required to follow sannyas dharma and austerities and all that? He doesn't have to follow. That's why these devotees don't care. They want to feed him all opulent things and dress, give him all nice sandalwood oil and soft bed and etc. Prabhu is saying, yes, these devotees don't need to follow all these things because they already are very advanced. They receive the mercy of the Lord. Note one thing, Mahaprabhu never says, I am the Supreme Lord. He is always playing the role of a devotee. So Mahaprabhu is saying, you are all such exalted devotees, you need not follow. But I cannot give up. I am not such an exalted devotee. I didn't receive the mercy of Krishna. I have to follow. Ami chadite na pari. I cannot give up. Mahaprabhu saying, I cannot give up. Ami lokapeksha kabhu na pari chadite. I cannot give up. Damodar Pandit and others are more advanced in receiving the mercy of Lord Krishna, therefore, they are independent of public opinion. As such, they want me to enjoy sense gratification, even though it be unethical. In the role of a sannyasi, it's not correct. But since I am a poor sannyasi, I cannot abandon the duties of the renounced order, and therefore I follow them strictly. I follow what? I follow my rules, sannyas rules, very strictly, because I'm not a pure devotee, right? So I'm poor sannyasi. I cannot abandon the duties of the renounced order. Purport: a brahmachari is supposed to assist a sannyasi. Therefore, a brahmachari should not try to instruct a sannyasi. That is the etiquette. Consequently, Damodar should not have advised Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of his duty. So here specifically talking about Damodar Pandit. The Damodar Pandit should have actually observed the proper etiquette of a brahmachari assisting a sannyasi, not instructing a sannyasi. But there is no problem on Damodar Pandit's part, even if he gave up the proper etiquette of a brahmachari, because he is beyond the varnashram dharma. Even if he didn't follow, he doesn't have to follow. But I am not beyond. I don't have so much mercy. I have to follow my etiquette. Mahaprabhu said. So we'll stop there. Such sweet pastime, no?
That's very nice.
South India tour of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Again and again, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, they say Madhya Lila pastimes are simply a stream of nectar. So we read, what all did we read? First we read, of course, first chapter is just a sutra, like just a list of all different pastimes that will come. Then we saw how Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyas, how he traveled and he arrived at Jagannath Puri. We read about, because in his travels on the way to Jagannath Puri, he stops at, you know, Remuna. So there we read about Kirchor Gopinath and then about Madhavendra Puri, that whole pastime.
Yeah.
Then again from there he goes to Sakshi Gopal, then we read the whole pastime about Sakshi Gopal. Those are one chapter each. Then we read about Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's whole pastime. Now we are reading about Mahaprabhu's traveling to South India. Like that.
It's nice thing to hear like this. Chaitanya Prabhu, Chaitanya Charitamrita, only my weakness is, Mataji, remembering the names. Too many names are there. Because you must have read so many times and gave classes, so you are
listening. You just keep hearing. And
that's
then
what I'm doing. I'm doing now.
you'll
See,
get.
reading I cannot actually, I am very poor at reading.
Ah.
Listening, I am very much attracted. Whatever my childhood, I learned some bhajans, some Carnatic music. I took exams and everything. That time my memory was very good and I was sharp, but listening only.
Yeah.
Not even a single song I wrote it in my book.
Wow.
When I was in class, my teacher used to write it for us. Myself and I lost my sister recently, last Sunday.
Oh.
The older sister. So that sister and myself, we gave so many programs in India, Carnatic music. That Carnatic music is also, and if we take exams with theory and everything, we had to go by theory and practical too.
Wow.
I did all that.
We need this type of education for our children now.
Some classes, some songs, my teacher wrote it for me. With his handwriting, I have. But some of them I learned. I didn't have anything in my book. Only here.
Hearing, yes.
Only here I have. That's all. I didn't
Went
write
from
anything. Hearing.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is I'm very good at hearing and thinking. But these names, I'm having little, and then my age also. Age also little becomes weaker in age. hearing, remembering.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when I forget, I always think Krishna. He says, I give you knowledge, I give you remembrance, I give you forgetfulness. Oh God, about which chapter I have that sloka? So that one I always think. And I said, why did you give me forgetfulness? You gave me remembrance, you gave me intelligence, everything. But forgetfulness also you gave me. So I feel sometimes, Mataji. So not many. I don't have anything in the books. All in my memory only.
Nicely stored in your heart.
That's it. When from childhood, I was like that. But now, those songs only I remember. If you teach me one song, as if I'm telling you these names, Chaitanya Charitamrita names, I'm not able to remember those. But those songs, childhood, whatever I learned, everything I have intact.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
So much. श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय।
Jai.
श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय।
Jai.
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai.
समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय।
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरि बोल माताजी, हरि बोल।
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
जय।
हरि बोल।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्णा माताजी। हरे